everyone. One of the online tools available to get tech-savvy students collaborating in innovative ways is the Google Jamboard. Officially announced in 2016 as a part of the G Suite, Google Jamboard is freely available now like any other Google tool. So how can Google Jamboard be used in our classes for blended learning? Let us see that. Now go to your Google page and you have these 9 dots here. If you press on that, you get a drop down menu. You come down and then you see the icon of a Google Jamboard which resembles kind of J. Click on that and this will take you to the Jamboard page. So here I have my Jamboard page. There are many jams already created here. So we'll create a new jam. We'll see how do we create a jam and how do we use it for the classroom purposes. So to create a new jam, we just have to press on this plus sign here in the corner, the right hand down corner. Press and then you get a new page which will display a canvas and the jam tools to you. So this is the new page of the Google Jamboard. Like any other Google application, this also comes with an untitled name. So first we will just explore what it all is seen here and then we go to understand each one of them. So this is the canvas, okay, or the frame where we will be working upon. So this will be our complete work area. The tools which we can use to work upon this work area is the pen, the eraser, you have a pointer which is also a select button, you have the sticky notes, images and the laser. So you have this untitled jam where we put the title of the jam. You have an undo button, you have a redo button, you have a zoom. So the standard fit size comes by default. You can also reduce it. You can also increase it to whatever size you will be able to handle it on your system. So next we have the background. We can change the background of this canvas or the frame. Now by default we have a plain background. We can also choose a dotted background. There is also a background which contains just lines. We have another background which shows us a graph page, a colored graph page, and then we have two colors included in this, the blue and the black. So we can use the blue and the black background colors or the white background color. We'll keep it white for now. And so this is how we start off with a Google Jamboard. So first thing we'll have to learn about is the pen. So when we click on this pen, you choose to write with a pen. Okay, so you have different kinds of pens. The thin pen, you have a little thicker pen which can be used to write. You also have a kind of a highlighter and you have the brush. So with this all four there are varying sizes of the pens. Now you also have different colors of the pens. So you have blue, you have green, you have yellow and you have the red. And when you are using with a black background or a blue background, you may also choose to use the white color pen. So that's it. This is all about the pens. Then we go to work on the eraser. So you just have to select and you have to rub whatever you do not want. And if you want to rub everything that is there on the frame, you can just press on clear frame and your frame is cleared. Now next is you have the sticky notes. The sticky notes enables you to type whatever you want on this and then you can just save it. Say now I type something called blended learning. you can save this, and your sticky note gets saved here. Okay, you can increase its size. You can also tilt it a little bit to make it different, have a different look. You can also edit it. You can duplicate this, or you can, if you do not need it, you can delete it. So you click on the edit button. You can change the colors. You can prefer not to have any color as well. Okay, so and then whatever you choose, you press on the save, and your stick note gets created here. So once we are done with this, we can move it to any part of our canvas or the frame and keep it there. Next we have the image. The best part is that you can drag an image from your system and put it here. You can select files from your device and put it here. You can also go and search in the Google image search. Suppose I type blended learning and I press on the search button, I get a lot of images. I can select one of these images and I can use it on my frame, right? So let me, suppose I choose this, I select this and insert. It gets inserted here automatically. So once we insert the image, we can increase its size, decrease its size, and you can also tilt it. You can also delete it, like you had if you have deleted in the earlier version when we saw that. So this is all about having images on the. You can also use images which are already there on your Google Drive. Okay, you can select any of the images. It will take you to the images on the Google Drive, or the images which are shared with me. You have the images, any recent image, so you can select the recent image and then you can insert it. Suppose I select this image which is already there, or suppose any image which is shared with me, or a recent image. Let me select this. I select it and it gets embedded, like it comes over onto your canvas. You can just put it somewhere. Okay, so this is how a Jamboard looks when we try to make it. Then you have the laser. While you're explaining something, if you want to highlight something, you can just highlight it and then the highlighter goes away as well. So I'm talking about blended learning, I'm talking about the face-to-face training, I'm talking about a virtual classroom, I may be talking about the webinars, the links, the simulations, the assessment, and one-to-one coaching. So this is all about blended learning and so on. So I just click on the laser and I can use it to highlight whatever I want to show. So by clicking the clear frame, I can just clear whatever is there on this frame for now. If I have to create additional frames, I have to just click on the small arrow which you can see here, and you get the drop down, and then you can just go on adding as many number of frames you want. So supposing you feel you have added extra number of frames, you can just go to these three dots here and you can delete it also, and you can even hide this back again. So this is all about creating a jam. Then once your jam is created, now I can also undo whatever things I have done, and I can bring back the images which I had put here. Okay, once I bring back, this is the redo undo function. Now I have this jam which I had created. Say let us give a name to this. I call this demo, like demo jam. I say okay, I create this jam. Now I have to share it with my students, so I'll just click on the share button, and once I click on the share button, I get this pop-up. We need to just understand what is there in this pop-up. This is the settings. So when I click on this settings, I'll get to know what happens when I change the settings. So if I am giving editing rights to somebody, or to my students, or to my colleagues, or to my collaborators, it indicates that the editors can change the permissions and they can further share this jam with anybody else. But when I give them the rights only to view or to comment, then the viewers and the commentators can only see the option to download, print and copy. They do not have the permission to edit this jam or even to share it with others. So knowing that, whenever we have to share the jam, it's always good to share using email IDs. So I'll just click on the email IDs and I'll add people here with all whom I want to share my jam, and then I can write a message to them. So, dear colleagues, please go through the jam and suggest modifications. Suggest ideas, say regards Annapurna Madhuri, and this is how you just send it. Now this is in the editor version. If I do not want these people to suggest ideas, I just want them to comment upon my jam, I'll put it in the viewer mode and I will send it. So sending this sends this whole jam to those people either in the viewer mode or in the editor mode. So that's it. If you have to copy the link and share it with somebody else, also you can do it. Like, you can just copy the link from here and you can paste it on your WhatsApp group with your students or any other close group. You can put it on any of your LMSs where the children can access the jam with a click of a button. So that's all about how do you share the jam. So generally what happens is, when we share a jam, we forget giving the editing rights to our students. So that is the most commonly found problem, especially with the beginners. And also sometimes it happens that we share the link and then the link goes to everybody. We do not know who has edited it, who has actually seen it. So it's always advisable to share your documents using the email ID. So this is all about the Jamboard. We'll just once your jam is created, now we'll just explore these three dots here. You can rename the jam like demo jam with your students. If your students have turned in their work, you can just rename the jam and then you can store it. You can download it as a PDF. All your frames get downloaded in the single thing, in a single PDF. You can also save each frame as an image, or you can also remove it. You can make a copy and store it. So these are all the options available, what you can do with your jam. All the updates, whenever there is an update, you can just click on this and you can get to know when and all the jam has been updated. You also can get any kind of a help here. What are the different revisions done in the Jamboard? And since the Jamboard has been open to use, and you can just go and explore the help and you can get any help you want from here, and you can also provide the feedback. So that's all about the Jamboard. I hope it was useful. We wish you a happy learning. Thank you so much.